Hello everyone. Good evening. I'm sorry I was delayed because I got caught in the Kanum Pongal celebration. I just didn't know how to come out of the maze at all. I just got caught, so I'm really sorry. Otherwise, I left the house at 5:30, which is only 20 minutes from here. Sorry that I couldn't reach. I was there, but not there. Um, Thank you everyone for waiting patiently. And Rudra and Usha, I have to apologize. That's okay. And sorry, I told you about the hairdresser part because the first time I heard it, I was amused when somebody read from Wikipedia that Suhasini is a well-known hairdresser. Look at my hair. What have I done with it? Nothing. I've just brushed it, so I don't know anything about hairdressing. And they say I'm a makeup artist. Look at my makeup. No. So both are not true. They also said that I changed my religion from one to the other. I don't even know the first one is. So I don't know which one that I've gone to. So I wonder what happened. So that's why I said, you know, if you had followed Wikipedia, Wikipedia says that I'm a hairstylist and a makeup artist. So which is not true. I wish it was true. Happy to be with you, Rudra, because your book, I'm so delighted that I was there for the launch and I read the book, and it was an eye-opener. It was a revelation about things that happened in Chennai and Mylapore and Alvarpet that I grew up in, you know, and you don't know at all about things that are around you. I was watching a documentary on Elisa Duncan, and I realized that his studio was right across my house, Murray's Gate Road. So there are so many things about our city that we don't know. I think Usha's book is also about the city that we don't know much about, but we think we know everything, but we don't know the city, we don't know the roads, and we don't know the people who live there, and we don't know what goes into the heads and the kink of people who are living amongst us. Thank you, Usha, for inviting me. I have a confession. I'm not English is not my first language. I'm very proud to say that I studied till 12th standard Mottama Tamil medium. Geography, history, chemistry and everything in Tamil medium. But we Tamils are okay. If we can speak Tamil, we can speak any language. So English அப்படி கத்துக்கிட்டாச்சு. Slowly I started reading. Now, you read Rani Muthu. How many people have read Rani Muthu here? Oh yeah, fantastic. Okay. Rani Muthu is fantastic. Then you start reading Kalki. Okay, Akilan. And then you start reading Ashokamitran and T. Janakiraman, Usha Narayanan. But you go back to Rani Muthu because you can start it and finish it off. So we grow up like that. At some point we get stuck with what we are supposed to read. So we cover the wrapper and then read whatever we want to read. I remember my husband came to see me for the first time because it was supposed to be an arranged marriage. So I gave him coffee and he saw a cassette which had America and you know, the group America. I mean, all of us know 1970s and 80s group. And then there was also a video of Akira Kurosawa's Sanjuro. He was really thrilled. He was going to marry a girl with taste, but he didn't know inside America there was Boney M, and inside Sanjuro there was ABBA the movie. Okay, so there is two sides to all of us. What I'm trying to tell you is, literature is always considered as the Booker Prize and Pulitzer Prize and things like that. People who write for Booker Prize, I mean, they write only for Booker Prize and Pulitzer Prize. They churn out all the dark secrets from their family, from the grandfather and the grandmother and the sari that was washed about 150 times, and every, you know, like thread from the sari, and all the skeletons in the cupboards are brought out, and all the socio-political ideas of the father and the grandfather, everything is brought out to win a Booker Prize and Pulitzer Prize. It neither wins Booker, Pulitzer, nor do you finish reading. But there is other kind of people who write. If you take the book, you can't put them down. We want books like that. I think Usha's book is going to be one such book. She has no pretensions. Her writing has got no pretensions, and she writes very easily. I call your writing nonchalant writing. I don't think you care about anything that is happening around you. who's going to say what. But I think that's the success of a writer. You are writing from your heart and your gut, and you are not worried about how it's going to be judged. So she talks about Chennai, the language that she uses, the characters that are there, the incidents that are there are something that we see every day, but we don't really pay much attention to because it's part of our lives. But it's harsh realities which we miss. I think that is what she's brought in. And crime thriller, who doesn't like crime thriller? We all grew up with crime thrillers. Even though I studied in a municipality school in Paramakudi, slowly I learned to read A, B, C, and I started with James Hadley Chase. Then I went to Raymond Chandler. And then, you read so many other books also, Agatha Christie. The first we didn't understand, but then the story, took you in, and Frederick Forsyth and things like that, and, Desmond Bagley. So many crime writers we read before we so-called read only about the country or about tradition or about families and, or about psychological problems or what are sociological, references and things like that. We wanted a book. Okay, if the title said Paw in the Bottle, okay, we liked it. If you say, let's have a double funeral, my God, it's fantastic, isn't it? And the title says, do me a favor. Do you remember? Drop Dead, yes. Fantastic, isn't it? Okay. I mean, vulture is a patient bird. Yes, it just catches your eye like that. We want something like that that keeps going with life, which is part of our lives, nothing beyond where we can't even communicate and things like that. I mean, that's the feeling I had when I read this book. Which literally, you took me back to my teens. So, that's her book. I don't want to go much more than that. It makes you feel younger because it brings the child in you, because everything around you is, in the book, is not something that you're used to in everyday life, except when you open the paper in the front page today, on the side when you see atrocities against women, you don't know what to do. You miss it because you quickly go to the sports page or page 3. So the pages and the columns that we've missed is what she's brought in her book. I mean, that's my view. I mean, I don't know how you are going to see it, how Rudra is going to see it, but that's what I saw. And, I really like reading your book, and you brought me back the habit of reading. I told you that I've not been reading because I'm at an age where I can't read with glasses. I can't read without glasses. So my eyes are also protesting, saying, actually you're old, but you're not old. Just believe that you're not old and things like that. So I have to strain and read. Kindle, you can make it bigger or smaller, but this I had to, so I did read it. So thank you for starting the habit of reading a good book, and wishing you all the best, and stick to your guns the way you're writing, and thank you for inviting me.
First of all, it's a complete honor for me to be here in between an idol of mine and an absolute hero of mine. Ever since I was fortunate enough to be published a couple of years ago, a lot of writers keep sending me books to read and give them feedback on, and more often than not, I miss giving the feedback because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Reading Usha's book was a complete revelation to me because it was, to be honest, she had completely captured the spirit of today's generation in a way that, well, me who's closer, no offense, to that generation cannot. And her book rang with a lot of truth about how people face situations, how girls face situations, and all of this I felt was, apart from being an extremely good and interesting read, socially very relevant as well. Book was incredibly fast-paced. I absolutely was not able to figure out who the bad guy was, which is what you always want in a good book. And it was a complete breath of fresh air to read something like that. I must say that she is. I was not exaggerating when I said that she's a hero of mine, because for her to, at a stage in her life after having been in a corporate world for so long, to one day suddenly say, okay, you know what, to hell with it, I want to write because that's what I enjoy. And then to sit down and actually write right away, just write and come out with a book that's cracking right off the bat. I think that's extremely commendable. I think it's a pity that she did not start writing sooner. And I think that, well, you have to make up for a lot of lost time now, so we can look forward to a lot more books. But the Madras Mangler was easily my favorite read of 2013. And I can't wait to read it again in 2014 now. So thank you for having me here, and thank you for being here.
I've kept it to the less serious stuff because it's a public place and there may be kids around, and I don't want you to think that it's all blood and gore. There's a lot of fun, there's a lot of banter between the youngsters, and so I want you to look at that side of things before things happen and suddenly a serial killer steps into the town. Okay? So the heroine of this Madras Mangler is Katyayani, who prefers to be called Kat. And as all mothers, her mother wants her to get married. She's doing her MA in Viscom, and she thinks she's past the marriageable age and she should have gotten her married earlier. So where does she look? In matrimonial websites, of course. Looking for a man with a fat paycheck to corset her daughter for the rest of her life. "We should have got you married when you finished your degree," she complained. "But you wouldn't listen. You had to go to Chennai for your master's. Now you're in your second year and all the best boys are gone." She makes it sound like a clearance sale, thought Kat. Unless you go to the showroom on the first day, you'll be left with the cast-offs. Kat hated her mother's insistence that the groom should be wealthy, which is why she kept coming up with the weirdest of options. Like Gopi Boy, for instance. 15 lakhs a year in his own business, Kattu. He hires out vehicles for funerals, said Shyamala. "First, you saddle me with a name like Katyayani, then shorten it to Kattu. Now you want me to marry an undertaker?" Kat gnashed her teeth. She read out the details from the website. "His name is Gopi Boy. What kind of name is that? He looks like Beam Boy in Kamal Hassan's movie. What's his weight? 100 tons? Look, he sent a video," Shyamala said as she clicked on the link. Kat watched in morbid fascination as Beam Boy did his version of show and tell, pumping weights, displaying his car, bedroom, kitchen, the row of hearses standing ready for people to die. His mother. He flashed his teeth to mark each new scene. Some 45 teeth, bleached a bright white. "What's with his teeth, Ma?" whispered Kat. "Do you think they glow in the dark?" Shyamala glanced at her face and quickly clicked on the decline button before moving on to the next prospect. "How about this one, Kattu? Citibank, 3 lakhs a month." Kattu read out the man's specifications for the bride. "Must look like Kareena and dance like Katrina. Did he even look at his own face?" "Shut this down, Ma. Now." "Ma, why don't we take a break from this for a while? Maybe I'm destined to have a love marriage," she said. Her mother began to sob. "God, she keeps bringing on the histrionics like Kiran Kher and Devdas or Main Hoon Na, but with Tamil subtitles. "Girls your age in our family are all married," said Shyamala. "Your cousin Anjali." Kat knew this one by heart. She married the man auntie chose for her, and she had 2.5 children the next year. Now, if any of you would want to ask some questions, please do so.
The fact that they didn't get married in the end, maybe that's a place for you to...
Yes, why not? Huh? If enough of you want a sequel, you get one. Yes, do let me know after you read how you feel about the characters and who you want to see again. If they are alive, of course. I'm making no promises. on who's alive at the end of the book.
It's like a telly serial where people come alive anyway.
True. That's right. Yes, of course.
Was being inspired by Rudra, being a character by Suhasini?
No, not really. I'm not too familiar with his character. It's like, I guess he's the embodiment of all the qualities that girls look for in guys. He's strong, he's handsome, he rescues damsels in distress. At the same time, he does not put them down, because all the characters, the girls in my novel, are all very independent, bold. They try to achieve things of their own. It's something which Rudra appreciated when he was talking about the book, and that's why I was very particular that Suhasini should come, because she's so multi-talented. You know, she's got such a strong personality, independent. She's achieved so many things, and she's the role model for girls, you know, of any generation. So I was very particular. I was willing to wait for her till Kingdom Come, you know, till the end of the year if need be, to wait for her time to come. And she was so gracious. She never made a fuss, and she was so generous with her time. And she was telling me that she was finding it difficult to read, but still she managed to read it. And I really owe a lot to her, because she is someone I'm really inspired by. I think all girls today should be inspired by her. And she does so much work for charity as well. So it's not about achieving success for yourself. What is it that you can do for others? That is something which we can all learn from her. So I got the right people. She says that their charity runs in Rudra's place. So, I mean, I'm happy that these two really nice people, famous people, great people are here with me today to share the days and to say such nice words. She's saying that she has not learnt in English, but her English is impeccable. I was telling her that no one would know that she learnt Tamil first and then started speaking in English. It's so perfect what she says and what she thinks. She's so articulate and so resourceful. She's a model for all of us. So I'm really, really happy that she's here today.
I'm sure it can be made into a movie, because the last book that I read was Q&A, you know, Vikas Swaroop, and I said it has to be made into a movie. I told Rahman, I told Mani, and I told everyone just didn't listen to me. And then Danny Boyle makes a film and we all like clap and get an Oscar.
I know.
So, you know, this has potential to make a film.
Thank you so much. I hope unga vai muhurtham balikattum.
Amma, it's more criminal minds kind of a thing which will work in the US first. Why?
You know, we have our Chepauk Stadium and everything, our politicians and all, which are very unique to us. So we have a strong hero who thinks and who can also fight. And we have 5 pretty girls, so what more do you want? So that's something I hope will happen in the future. Don't know about so many of them, very sadly. Because even I feel bad, like she was saying she learnt English later. I feel bad that I didn't learn Sanskrit. Because all our myths and all our old Puranas are so rich. And so many things which are relevant even today. So, and ultimately I think whether it's a criminal, a crime story or a myth, the final thing is that there is a hero, there is a happy ending, there is someone where virtue wins over evil. So that's what we all look for. This is an unfair world, an unjust world. Lots of horrible things are happening. Like she said, we really don't want to see the front page with all the rapes and murders and mayhem. So we want some hope. We want hope of happiness, of laughter, of, you know, love, of a happily ever after. So women are facing a lot of new problems, and we need to evolve also to face them. And her NAM Foundation is doing great work for destitute women, single women. So there are a lot of people who are struggling to make their way ahead in life. And whether it is a myth or it's a crime story like the one that I've written, ultimately, why do we all climb into a roller coaster and, you know, a ride and hang upside down and scream? And then we scream, we get off, and we get on again. So that's the way I think a crime story is also. We read it, we like getting the shivers, the heebie-jeebies. We have a hope that things will end well in the end. And that's what keeps us going in life as well. So because fiction is a sort of escapism, like movies are, this is a different kind of escapism. And my book is an escapist novel in the sense that I want you to keep reading and to have fun while you're reading and to enjoy the characters and to talk about them. So, so many of you are here, so I think at least a message has reached to some people, and I'm really so happy and so thankful to all of you for being here.
This is a little token of appreciation from Starmark and Lead Start.